Let's go over the triads. So draw your line. We need to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by negative 5/8 on both sides. These cancel, and I have b equals, and then this as a denominator of 1. 5 times negative 5 gives me negative 25. 1 times 8 gives me 8. And then now we're just going to, let's keep it as is. We can't simplify this one because nothing goes into 25 and 8. However, you could turn it into a decimal, so you could do 25 negative divided by 8 and get a decimal. However, when we check our work, you'd have to turn it back into a fraction. So big ideas will actually take this as your answer. So that's what we're going to keep it as. Unless it tells you to write it as a decimal, you can keep it as an improper fraction. So we have to plug it back in. If we did this correct, wherever that b was is now negative 25/8. And if we did it right, then we should get a 5. So 8 times 25, well, negative 8 times 25 negative gives us 200. 5 times 8 gives me 40. And then 200 divided by 40 gives me 5. So since we got our answer to equal 5 and it says the equation should also equal 5, we know that we got our answer right. B is negative 25/8. Draw our line, multiply by that reciprocal, which is 8/3. And we're going to multiply by 8/3 on both sides and make that whole number with a denominator of 1. On the left side, they cancel, and we just have h equals negative 9 times 8 is negative 72 over 1 times 3 is 3. 72 negative divided by 3 gives me 24, and that's negative. So h equals negative 24. So now let's plug it back in. So 3/8 times negative 24 should give me negative 9 if I did that correctly. So 3 times 24 equals negative 72. That's a 7 there. 8 times 1 is 8. Negative 72 divided by 8 equals negative 9. So we know that we got this one correct as well. Multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal is the flipped fraction, so we're going to flip it and make it 3/2. And we're going to multiply by 3/2 on both sides. These cancel on this side, and I have x equals, and then 14 times 3, 14, I believe that was negative, yep, times 3 gives me negative, negative 42. 2 times 1 is 2. 42 divided by, or negative 42 divided by 2 is negative 21 equals x. So now we're going to plug that back in and see if we get negative 14. So 2/3 times negative 21/1. 2 times negative 21 is negative 42. 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 42 divided by 3 is negative 14. So yes, we got that one correct as well. Multiply by the reciprocal on the side that has the variable. So negative 7/6 on both sides. Negative 3 times negative 7 is positive 21. 6 times 1 is 6. On this side of the equation, they canceled, and I just have D. We can actually simplify this fraction. So we can divide by 3 on top and bottom. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And that is equal to our variable. So now let's check it. So when I plug this back in for D, I should get negative 3 as my answer. So negative 6/7 times 7 over 2. 7 times negative 6 is negative 42. 7 times 2 is 14. Negative 42 divided by 14 equals negative 3. So we got that one correct as well.